Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. It's your girl Taria. Thank you so much for coming back to watch another What Else Is Going On, aka WEIGO podcast, YouTube video. I'm your girl Taria. This is just going to be a really quick video and then I'll come back to y'all to talk later. I had wanted to talk to y'all last night. It was either last night or first thing this morning when I saw the news about Justin Timberlake, but y'all know I was out there in those streets this morning. But I had to come off and take a break because I'm getting ready to be a guest on a podcast, which I will tell y'all about after we record it and when I find out, when it's going to be released and everything. But I did want to do a quick video, very bravo heavy. All right, so let's get into it. First up, let's talk about Alexia and Todd. So remember, a couple of months ago, we talked about Alexia being blindsided by Todd filing for divorce. Well, child, now they may get back together, and I'm confident we'll see it all play out on screen. This is according to Us Weekly. RHOM's Alexia Napola says she and estranged husband Todd are in couples therapy after filing for divorce. Real Housewives of Miami star Alexia Napola said that she and estranged husband Todd Napola are going to couples therapy after filing for divorce and even admitted to hooking up amid their separation. We've gone to therapy. We're doing couples therapy, Alexia told co-hosts. Alexia told co-host Teddy Mellencamp and Tamra Judge on the Saturday, June 15th episode of Two Teas in a Pod. When asked if she and her husband had hooked up with each other since their separation, Alexia answered in the affirmative, "Yes, of course," she exclaimed. "We've done it all. We love each other. We're super into each other. It's not because of that." Yet, Todd filed for divorce from Alexia in April after 3 years of marriage. While the couple remains separated, with Todd currently living in a different apartment, Alexia said that she wants deep in her heart to fix her marriage. "I'm madly in love with him and I would want to work it out. So that's why it's so difficult," she shared. "There's a lot there, a lot to unpack. But again, I feel that being in the public eye is so much harder. And I think that's one of the reasons that he's struggling with it. He does not like being in the public eye." No. Alexia, who has been a main cast member on The Real Housewives of Miami since it premiered in 2011, went on to repeat that Todd did not like being in the public eye at all. She added that RHOM was not on the air when she and Todd first got together during the show's 7-year hiatus. It was only 7. Well, I thought it was 9. "I feel like a lot of men get scared when they're in a relationship and their lives are so public," she told Mellencamp and Judge. "He kind of knew what he was getting himself into, but I think once they're in it, they're like, oh, I don't like this. How do I get out of it?" Yeah, like when he got into the argument on screen, I believe, right? How they got into it with Dr. Nicole and Anthony. And then Todd went online and did that 7 or 8 minute apology and sent Anthony them chocolates. Alexia confirmed she was blindsided and shocked by Todd's decision to file for divorce, adding, "I still am, which makes it so much harder." However, the housewife admitted that the main issue in her marriage was their communication. "I just believe that we have to have better communication. I think we're both strong people, and I think that we struggle with the way that we communicate. For me, the marriage was working. I just thought there were typical fights and problems that every couple has. But it's not how much you fight or how hard you fight. It's being able to work through those fights and finding resolution. And I think that's where we have our biggest challenge." I think it is so wild. I cannot imagine. And y'all come with me here on this journey of a thought that I have. You living in a home with your husband, your significant other, your partner, whatever you want to call it, right? And you thinking y'all just having regular arguments, he don't do this, she don't do that, they don't do this, what have you, whatever. Or you are maybe going through a really rough patch, but you haven't talked about divorce, to all of a sudden finding out that your spouse has filed for divorce. Like, I can't even imagine. And you're living in the same house, unless, I know Alexia said the marriage for her was fine. She just thought it was typical, but unless maybe there were signs that she put her head in the sand and didn't look at. It's either that or he really just was like, one day I've had it and filed for divorce. And maybe, they're going through couples therapy. Did he file for the divorce to get her attention? I mean, that's a bit much if it was to get her attention, but who knows, maybe that worked because now they're in couples therapy. I do think it's interesting because she's letting the public know that they are having, they're hooking up. What is y'all's definition of hooking up? Growing up, if somebody said we hooked up, there were times, not 100%, but there were times when it absolutely meant sex, when the person was saying it. But then I've heard other people use it where it meant like you rounded all the bases but didn't hit the home run. So for me, in my mind, if somebody says we hooked up last night, that to me is sex because of how I've encountered more people saying it that way. And using it like that. But what do y'all think? How do y'all use hookup, or how have y'all heard hookup used? Because now it can be it can be used to just say we kissed, we fondled, we did whatever. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But she surely put it out that they hooked up. And I know, aren't there states where basically if you file for divorce, you can't have cohabitated or had sex? I know I was I went to court with two of my friends years ago separately who were getting a divorce, and they asked me, have they, to your knowledge, have they had sex? Or I forget how they worded it, but I was like, no. So she's putting that out there. So if he ends up deciding to go through it, would that be like an extension? Because, sir, back in June, your wife said that y'all were still hooking up even though you were separated. So, and again, I think it'll probably play out this upcoming season. We haven't really heard anything. There were rumors circulating that my beloved Gertie was not going to come back, and Julia weren't going to be asked back. There were rumors that they both weren't going to be asked back. And I think that's insane to me. The cast was, no matter if you were a fan or not a fan or a big fan, or felt like maybe this person didn't bring, like Julia didn't bring much, which I do feel like the cast works as it is. And I don't need any changes for right now. Larsa works every nerve in my body. I don't want nobody to lose their job. But if for whatever reason she didn't come back, I wouldn't be sad. That being said, I do think the cast as a whole works well together, and I don't really think there needs to be any changes. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Last thing I'm going to talk to y'all about is Porsha and Simon. Y'all, we about to get into the Bravo Shade Room. I'm just sitting back watching the show. Because at this point, that's all we can do. It seems like more of the show is playing out on social media than may possibly play out on the show. So let's get into some things of the things of the things. All right. Let's get into some stuff. Let me share my screen with y'all. They are wild. Okay, hold on. All right, let's make it big. So we're on the Bravo Shade Room, right? Y'all always get ready to point like y'all would see my finger on the screen. Jesus. Okay. So this is Simon. So Simon, all right, here's where we start. So look at the picture of Simon in the car. You see that, right? He says, my favorite color for a Rolls Royce interior is obviously Mandarin. I have owned 3 of them in the last 7 years. I'm looking forward to a unification of all 3 of Mandarin interior color Rolls Royces in the very near future. Happy Monday with the praying hands. Hashtag work hard, play harder. Hashtag work for your dream life. So we know the Rolls Royce that he gave Porsha has the Mandarin interior. He wants it back. So he's saying he's looking forward to the unification of all 3 Mandarin interior color Rolls Royces together. So y'all know that he's saying that clearly to take a jab at Porsha, right? All right, so that's moving on. So then someone says, so he sold a Ferrari and a Rolls Royce Dawn to buy the RR Spectre. Is that how you say it? And then Porsha said, lease with an asterisk. So I guess he didn't buy the RR Spectre, he leased it. Somebody else said, P, we want peace. Don't answer to this man. Please, please go rent a nice decorated house and do your film and do your film your shoe. I think they meant show. Give him his car back and get your own. You can afford it, darling, and let him go and have your peace. Porsha responds, as we can see, thank you, love. I don't have anything that wasn't contractually given to me. Thank you for your concern. Child, then Porsha posts, unification of 3. Meanwhile, one RR Dawn was sold along with the Ferrari to buy the one Spectre. Hashtag go away from me with this. Hashtag happy Instaflex. Hashtag find granny with pimples. And then Porsha, her headline says sassy 10-minute post. Hashtag turn into lease, get one. Oh, hashtag turn into lease, get one. So he must have turned in them 2 cars, she saying, to lease this Spectra. And then hashtag flex his life. Hashtag clout gang. Child Simon came in. Here we go again with underground. Y'all know why he calls her the Underground Railroad, because, you know, when she thought somebody was driving the train. That scene was so funny when Porsha says, when Phaedra says, no, baby. Anyway, Simon says, here we go again with Underground Railroad. I'm sorry. This is stupid. This is messy. I know this is so uncalled for. Simon wants attention, but y'all, this is funny. Here we go again with Underground Railroad concerning herself with why an experienced car enthusiast of 14 years make a strategic business decision to conduct multi-million-dollar car trades. Stay in the Mercedes-Benz I bought you in your name. Hashtag ignorance is a disease. But it says deceased. And then he does like the sleeping emoji. Then his caption says, film in your assets, not mine. I worked for mine, SMDH. So we know what that means, shaking my head. Y'all, here goes Porsha. Message from the underground. Him calling her underground. I just picture her popping up out of the ground saying, message. Remember that show? That movie, Message. Message from the underground. Use spell check in your sassy reads. Hashtag grammar matters. Hashtag Dr. Evans. I don't know who Dr. Evans is. Who is that? And then her caption is a kissy face. Hashtag his piece. The peace symbol, the laughing emoji. Hashtag go away from me with this. Hashtag bye Ashy. Hashtag filed first. So she's letting us know she filed for divorce first. He still would have been wanting on her and on her body. She didn't say that. That's what I'm getting out of that. That's how I'm interpreting it. But she's letting us know she filed first. She wants him to go away from her with this. And that hashtag his piece. Because, remember when she was filing them nails? Filing his nails. He was just sitting there and she was like, be his piece. Girl, what's the opposite of peace? Not peace. I can't think, because this has taken me all the way out. I'm sorry. Again, they get on my nerves, this back and forth. But this right here, this was funny to me. Let me see. Is there another one after that? No, it's just this one. Okay, I thought there was. Oh, yes, there is. Simon says, once upon a time, robbery was done at Pow Point. Then his caption, back in the day, robbery was done at Pow Point. Who knew public platforms could be weaponized? Now, I'm going to say, and then, okay, yeah, he had already talked. We already went on this. What gets me with this, though, is I do believe Simon drew first blood when he started with Porsha. And at first she wasn't responding. Then she starts responding and they're going back and forth. And now here we are. So I basically, he's trying to equate social media being the pow because it's being weaponized, I guess. But you started that. He even did that. Remember when he did that post apologizing to his family for basically not messing up, that's lack of a better word, the family name Guabadia. because it's revered. And now here we are back on the internet playing. Okay. Yeah. So there we go. Simon and Porsha. Last thing, Mr. Marc Daly has decided to enter the chat, post a picture. I don't know. I think it was a picture. I don't know if it was a story or a post. It's definitely a picture, but I don't know if it was a post or a story. Picture of Brooklyn and Kenya. Together we rise. Support Black-owned businesses. Support women-owned businesses. And then his caption said, "There is nothing a woman can't do. Men might think they do things all by themselves, but a woman is always there guiding them or helping them." Marjorie Joyner. Let's read that again. There is nothing a woman can't do. Men might think they do things all by themselves, but a woman is always there guiding them or helping them. Marjorie Joyner. So he's letting us know to support Black businesses, support Black business women, support Black women business owners. There's nothing women cannot do. I mean, it would have been nice to see this energy the entire time, because you were definitely trying to take from this woman. Didn't he want like money for her house? Like there was something that he wanted that she had before he was even in the picture, but yet now here we are with this. I just find it interesting. I mean, it's good if he means it, but are you supporting in child support? Because she got on her live the other day and let us know that you were not her soon-to-be ex-husband, because they're not divorced yet, that he wasn't supporting her. And so now you're coming out wanting people to support a Black woman, a Black business owner. I just find that timing suspect. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. That's all I have for you right now. Let me know what y'all think about Marc showing support for Porsha now, or bygones, and we're just looking at the support that he's showing right now. Let me know what y'all think. I already know what y'all think about the Porsha and Simon drama, but y'all, that was funny when he said, "Here we go, the Underground Railroad," basically chiming in, and then she said, "Message from the underground." That was funny. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And then Alexia says she's still getting it in with Todd. They're going through couples counseling now, and they hope to work it out, even though he surprised her and filed for divorce on that behind, and she had no idea. I'll talk to y'all later. See ya.